Hey, I'm Alexandra Rodriguez and I am a functional gut and hormone health coach. And today I want to talk about blood sugar balance. Blood sugar and glucose control is so important when we're talking about gut health and especially hormone health because it's all connected. Our gut governs so many different aspects of our body, and so does blood sugar. In the recent years, gut health has been like all the rave. Everybody's talking about gut health. You got to keep your gut healthy, and I love that. I advocate for that. I know from firsthand experience that when you take care of your gut, your whole rest of your body, all your other symptoms kind of just get better because the gut controls so much. But I have also learned that the same is said for blood sugar. Blood sugar controls how hungry you feel or how satiated you feel after a meal. It controls your mood swings, it controls anxiety, it controls if you're nauseous. It has so many aspects that you might not think is related to your blood sugar, and it is. So today I have 5 easy tips for you to balance your blood sugar. The first one is probably my favorite one. I just did it earlier today. It's having vinegar before or after your meal. And this helps because the vinegar helps curb the glucose spike by up to 30% in some research articles. So having a tall glass of water, 8 ounces of water with an ounce of vinegar is going to help you be able to enjoy your glucose heavy meal without having such a bad glucose spike. So everything that I speak about, the biggest thing I advocate is not to get rid of certain meals or not to cut out carbs completely, not to get rid of sweets completely. I love desserts, and I can't imagine telling somebody to just eliminate desserts because it's unrealistic, and why would we do that when desserts are so good? We just have to learn how to eat it without it affecting us so negatively. So the best way of doing that is having some vinegar. It doesn't taste the best, but put a straw in it so it doesn't affect your teeth, and just chug it down, a full cup of water with vinegar, and it's gonna help you curb that glucose spike. The second one is to go walking or do a little bit of movement after you eat, especially when you have a carb heavy meal, when you have a lot of pasta or rice meal, or you're having a dessert. Go for a walk and use your muscles after you eat. So instead of your glucose just spiking up and all of that just sitting in your stomach and the insulin having to figure out where to put it, you're gonna work out, you're gonna go for a walk, you're gonna do a couple of squats, and you're gonna use what you just ate in that exact moment. So you're not gonna have such a drastic glucose spike. The third tip I have for you is to eat fiber. Fiber is so important and it's so necessary, and it slows down glucose spikes because when we eat fiber is a slow digestible food. So when we eat fiber, it takes our body much longer to digest that. So by the time that you eat the sugar from your dessert after meal or your carbs later on in the meal, your pasta, if you were to eat fiber, especially fiber first, it's going to help that out because your body has to process the fiber, it has to break that down before it gets on to the next glucose spiking portions of your meal. So eat your fiber. It's very good for you. That ties in heavily with like gut health, because having a wide variety of different plant foods is really good and optimal for the bacteria in your gut, and it just keeps your gut nice and happy, but it also keeps your glucose happy. So it's a twofer. Have your fiber, and you will notice that after you eat your fiber and then your pasta, you don't feel as sluggish, whereas if you were to just have pasta alone, or if you were to have pasta and then fiber. It's preferable to have fiber first. Obviously, if you're gonna, if it's eating it all mixed, if you're gonna have a dish that has the protein, the pasta, and the vegetables all mixed in, that's obviously better than no fiber at all. But the best way to do it is to have your fiber first, then your protein, and then your carbs. The fourth tip is to eat more protein. So protein has no glucose in it, so you're going to be able to eat a good amount of it without giving yourself a glucose spike and still getting yourself the nutrients and feeling nice and full after eating it. So I try to aim for 100 grams of protein a day without any protein powders. That's strictly like animal protein, and it's gonna help you out. It's gonna keep you full, so you're not gonna have those spikes and the need of needing to eat every 3 hours. If you are somebody that needs to eat every 3 hours, or you have to have snacks, up your protein and watch that need is gonna go away. Protein is just so important. Try to have between like 30 and 35 a day, and you'll hit that 100 without a problem. And then the fourth tip I have is to not have carbs alone or dessert alone. It's always best to have carbs in your meal with your protein and your fiber than alone. Same goes for dessert. It is much better for you to eat a piece of ice cream, a cup of ice cream or a slice of cake after eating a full meal filled with protein and fiber than it would be alone. If you have it alone on an empty stomach, you're gonna spike up your glucose levels and you're gonna get all those crazy symptoms, anxiety, mood swings. The list goes on, and it's different for every single person. So eat your carbs, your pastas, a slice of bread, things like that within your meals, and your dessert also after your meal instead of on an empty stomach. And then my bonus tip, because I forgot I really have 6 tips, is to have a savory breakfast. The first thing that you eat in the morning is the most important meal, because it's going to determine your glucose spikes for the rest of the day. So if you have a big glucose spike in the morning, you're more likely to continue spiking up and down throughout the rest of the day. So the best way to prevent a glucose spike in the morning is having a savory, protein-heavy breakfast right when you wake up. So those are the 6 easy tips I have for you to balance your blood sugar so that your hormones and your gut stays nice and happy. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'm Alexandra, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.